Welcome to the Environmental Studies lesson on waste management. By the end of the video, you will learn about hazardous wastes, concept of waste management, and disposal of waste. You'll also learn about waste management in India and the impact of improper waste disposal. Waste management is a fundamental pillar of environmental stewardship. It involves the systematic collection, treatment, and disposal of various materials we discard daily. This process is not only vital for maintaining the cleanliness of our surroundings, but also for safeguarding human health. In our pursuit of a sustainable future, understanding waste management is paramount. To comprehend waste management, we must first understand what waste is. Waste encompasses a broad spectrum of materials, ranging from everyday household waste to the byproducts of industrial processes, and even the biomedical waste generated by healthcare facilities. These materials, if not managed properly, can pose a threat to our environment and human well-being. One significant aspect of waste management is municipal solid waste, MSW. MSW is a broad category that includes household waste, construction debris, sanitation residue, and waste from our streets. Over the years, the amount of MSW generated has witnessed a dramatic increase, primarily due to urbanization and changes in lifestyle and consumption patterns. The composition of MSW is constantly evolving, reflecting shifts in our society. While in the past, our waste primarily consisted of organic materials, today it contains a significant proportion of non-biodegradable items, such as plastics and electronic waste. Understanding these changes in MSW composition is essential for effective waste management strategies. In India, waste disposal presents a formidable challenge. Astonishingly, more than a quarter of municipal solid waste isn't collected at all. Also, in many cases, it's simply left to accumulate in our communities. Most Indian cities lack the necessary infrastructure for efficient waste transportation and disposal. The existing landfill sites are often ill-equipped and poorly managed, posing a severe risk of contamination to the surrounding soil and groundwater. Now, let's delve into hazardous wastes. These are byproducts of various sources, including industries, households, hospitals, and even conflicts involving chemical or nuclear weapons. Hazardous wastes are classified as such because they possess properties that make them dangerous. These properties include ignitability, corrosiveness, reactivity, radioactivity, and toxicity. Toxic and hazardous are terms often used interchangeably, but they have distinct meanings. Toxic refers to a substance's ability to cause harm once it enters an organism's metabolic processes, whether it be a human, animal, or plant. This harm may manifest as disease, genetic changes, or even cancer. On the other hand, hazardous denotes a substance's potential to pose a threat to life or the environment through various properties like toxicity, ignitability, or reactivity. It's important to recognize this distinction as some substances may be hazardous on multiple accounts. Now, let's explore waste management strategies. There are four main approaches: waste treatment, recycling, environment-friendly collection and transport, and waste minimization. Waste treatment involves processes that modify waste materials to reduce their harm potential. Recycling focuses on recovering valuable materials from waste streams. Environment-friendly collection and transport aim to ensure waste is handled responsibly from the point of generation to its destination. Waste minimization strategies prioritize reducing the quantity of waste generated in the first place. Recycling is an integral part of waste management with numerous benefits. It not only prevents harmful emissions but also supplies valuable raw materials to industries, stimulates the development of greener technologies, reduces the pressure on landfills, creates job opportunities, and conserves energy. By recycling, we conserve natural resources, reduce the energy required for manufacturing, and limit the environmental impact of extracting raw materials. It's a sustainable practice that encourages responsible consumption and production. In essence, recycling is a win-win solution for both the environment and the economy. Waste minimization is the first line of defense in responsible waste management. It encompasses a range of practices aimed at reducing waste generation. These practices include waste concentration, process modification, and waste segregation. Many materials present in waste streams have intrinsic value. Materials such as glass, wood fiber, plastics, and metals can be recycled and transformed into new products. Even scrap metals, which may seem worthless, can be melted down and reused in various industries. Recycling industrial wastes not only conserves resources but also reduces energy consumption, lowers greenhouse gas emissions, and creates a circular economy. Hazardous waste treatment is a critical aspect of waste management. Various methods are employed to modify hazardous waste properties, making them less harmful. These methods include physical treatment, chemical treatment, biological treatment, solidification, and incineration. Physical treatment involves processes like filtration and centrifugation to separate hazardous substances from the waste stream. Chemical treatment utilizes chemical reactions to neutralize or convert hazardous components. Biological treatment employs microorganisms to break down hazardous compounds. Solidification encapsulates hazardous waste in materials to prevent leaching, and incineration involves burning hazardous waste at high temperatures to detoxify it. Before considering disposal, it's crucial to assess waste for opportunities such as reduction, reuse, materials recovery, and energy recovery. These approaches aim to minimize waste's impact on the environment and maximize its resource potential. Waste reduction strategies focus on preventing waste generation in the first place. Waste reuse encourages the use of items again without disposal. Materials recovery involves extracting valuable components from waste streams, and energy recovery harnesses energy from waste materials. As cities grow and waste generation increases, proper waste disposal becomes paramount. 4 primary methods are used: landfill disposal, incineration, dumping at sea, and underground disposal. Each disposal method has its advantages and disadvantages depending on the type of waste and available resources. Understanding these methods is crucial for responsible waste management. Sanitary landfills use advanced engineering techniques to minimize the risk of environmental contamination. These landfills include features like liners, leachate collection systems, and gas collection systems to ensure that waste decomposition does not harm the surrounding environment. Open dumps, on the other hand, lack these protective measures, resulting in pollution and disease outbreaks. Incineration is a waste disposal method that involves burning waste materials at high temperatures. This process not only reduces the volume of waste but also detoxifies it, rendering the residues less harmful. Incinerators are equipped with sophisticated air pollution control systems to minimize emissions. Incineration is particularly suitable for hazardous waste with a high heat content or materials that are challenging to recycle or treat by other means. When performed correctly, incineration can be an effective and environmentally responsible method of waste disposal. Dumping waste at sea is a practice that has been widely criticized due to its harmful environmental impact. It involves the deliberate disposal of waste materials into oceans or other water bodies. International and national regulations strictly govern this practice to prevent contamination of marine ecosystems. Dumping waste at sea can lead to pollution of marine ecosystems, endangering aquatic life and disrupting delicate ecological balances. For certain types of hazardous waste, such as radioactive nuclear waste, underground disposal is a viable option. In India, waste generation is categorized into two main streams: process-oriented waste and pollution control-oriented waste. Process-oriented waste originates from various industries and is generated during the production of goods. Pollution control-oriented waste is a byproduct of efforts to control pollution, such as wastewater treatment sludge. Both categories of waste demand attention and proper management to prevent adverse environmental impacts. That's all. We wrap up this informative lesson. For additional information on this lesson, please look at the content below the video in the online course. To get a list of the important questions and their answers for this lesson, please refer to the guidebook by our publications provided to you with this course for free. It shows you a list of all the questions that have the highest chance of coming in your next exams based on research carried out on previous year question papers. All the best, and I'll see you in the next lesson.